We know the world can be difficult at times. We know that life doesn't always go as planned. But we want you to know that no matter what happens, we will always be by your side. Introducing the brand new PC engine, aka TurboGrafx 16, but just smaller and 3 times more expensive. Because you know, inflation. So go ahead and order yours today. I mean, you don't have to rationalize every expense, right? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I have something very special for you guys. It took me a month to get my hands on this console. I cannot wait to show you guys what's inside, but first, grab some snacks, grab a drink, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. On the table is a TurboGrafx 16, which is also known as PC Engine. Not this PC, this PC. Hashtag Team Glorious PC Master Race. It was developed by Hudson Soft and NEC Home Electronics, first released in Japan on October 30th, 1987. Of course, it was released in Japan first. They get the coolest stuff, and they always get it first. From a robot toilet that has a private rinse cycle, to conveyor belt sushi, and to vending machines. Lots and lots of vending machines. God, I love Japan. And later on, it was released in the US on August 29th, 1989. Which, in my opinion, is the best year because, you know, your boy was born in 89.
Okay, boomer.
And so was the internet, but who cares about that, right? Originally, the PC Engine was intended to compete with the NES and the 3rd gen, but we all know how that ended up. So in reality, it challenges Genesis and later on the SNES in the 4th generation. The TurboGrafx 16 has an 8-bit CPU, a 16-bit video color encoder, and a 16-bit video display controller. I think 16 is a lucky number here. Just ask Joe Montana from the San Francisco 49ers. Alright guys, look at this console. It is an absolute unit. To think that the PC Engine once held the record for the world's smallest gaming console is ridiculous. But that makes sense. Because for those of you who don't know, back in the 80s, everything was big. From the hair, clothing, shoes, makeup, and fanny pack, and of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. The PC Engine was the first video game console capable of playing CD-Rom games. Alright, history lesson. The CD was invented in 1979, so in the 80s, this was cutting edge tech.
Take the new compact disc. 1 hour of Mozart out of a beer mat. Pure sound played by laser.
I still remember growing up and burning a CD for a crush I had. Gosh, she was so cute. But she ended up rejecting me, so. That's a story for another time. Anyways, most of my viewers probably won't even know what burning a CD means. R.I.P. Nero. Who can say where the road goes? Well, the CD made the VHS and cassette irrelevant, kind of like how Netflix made Blockbuster and Redbox irrelevant. The PC Engine had a launch price of $399.99 and did not include any bundle games, unfortunately. That was a choice. Fighting Street and Monster Lair were the PC Engine launch titles. Now guys, if Fighting Street sounds kind of familiar, it's because it's a clone of Street Fighter which just came out a year before. Honestly, Fighting Street is not bad. The gameplay is solid, the music is on point, and overall, a great deal. The TurboGrafx series was the first video game console to ever have a fully self-contained portable counterpart, the Turbo Express.
Us. Turbo Express Portable.
It contained identical hardware and played the same game software. The Turbo Express was pretty much the forgotten rival of the Game Boy. Now guys, I know on this channel, all we've covered is home consoles. If you want to see an episode on handheld devices, let me know in the comments down below and make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. The TurboGrafx 16, known as the PC Engine outside North America, it was the first console marketed in the 4th generation of game consoles. the GPUs are capable of displaying 482 colors at the same time. With dimensions of just 12 by 5 by 2.5 inches in the mainframe, this console opened the doors to gaming with CD-ROM. Alright guys, let's see how much of a punch this small console can bring. Alright guys, so we're jumping in. The first game with the TurboGrafx is going to be, of course, a classic. It's going to be called Gradius. I'm sure most of you retro gamers out there has played this before. Is that Stonehenge in the background? Blowing O-rings? That is cool. Okay, off the bat, visuals are nothing to gaze at, but it's not bad. Controls are smooth, as to be expected. Most TurboGrafx games has really smooth controls. The music is cool. I'm digging the music. For most of these scroll-up shooter games, the music is always awesome. I kind of like this background, like the mountains. I don't know if I hit it, do I die? Oh, I just touched the tip. I guess I don't die. What are these robots on the bottom? Leave it to the developers of that time to come up with the craziest stuff. Extremely difficult. I want to see a speedrun of this on YouTube. It's hard, so give people a lot of, replay value. But definitely a game I'll recommend to check out if you want to see how far these type of games have come. Because I know now we have the craziest side-scrolling games. How did I avoid that? These games are extremely difficult. Alright guys, so next up we got Final Soldier. Similar to the first game we played. Right away, I like the guns a lot better because you actually get multiple beams. Oh, there we go, the power-ups are automatic. See, I prefer this a lot more. When it's an automatic power-up, you just catch it and your gun changes, as opposed to gathering, points. Oh yeah, this is the game. Oh, look at that. Look at that green disc. I think this might be my favorite weapon so far. I am feeling this green orb. But yeah, it seems a lot easier than the first one. A lot easier than the first one. Yeah, this is really satisfying. Just... okay. So if you just go right into it after you die, as opposed to the last game, you have to start over a little bit. Oh yeah, I can definitely see myself playing this in the arcade. Imagine having a 2-player selection. As I say that, I die. Oh, you get a lot of lives too. I just died 4 times in a row. A lot easier than the first one. Alright guys, next up, we're gonna change up a little bit. Kinda sick of the flying games. This is called Ninja Warriors, and it's a side-scrolling hack and slash game, as you can tell. And so far, not impressed. Very two-dimensional. I can't move up and down. There's nothing to hold on to. The character, like, what ninja has blonde hair? I don't understand. Look at this ridiculous little crouch he's got going on. Feels like I'm fighting Castro's, army and some mutant monkeys. None of it makes sense. Maybe I didn't read the story arc in the beginning because I can't read Japanese. Spoiler, I'm not Japanese. But none of this makes sense. And he's in suburban Chicago. Like, look, who is that? Oh, is that a pimp? Did a pimp just pop out of that garage? With a DeLorean parked in there? I'll give it to them. There's a lot going on. Oh, I'm actually not a ninja. I'm a robot. I feel like it's like if you were to go to a restaurant called Cece's Pizza, right? You go in and they serve you hot dogs, and the condiments is soy sauce and wasabi. That's what this game feels like. It's just a mixture of everything that should be good, but combined together is a disaster. Oh, wait a second. I take everything I said back, because here we go. Now we get we get a cutie that's giving me the evil eye. Alright, this game is great now. I take everything back. Alright guys, and for the last game for the PC Engine TurboGrafx, we're gonna end it with Final Match. What a great way to end it, right? Okay, I guess Sure. It's smooth controls though, really smooth controls. And wow, the computer is actually really good. Oh my god. Jesus, I actually played tennis in middle school and high school. This game actually, fun fact, won in 1991 for the best PC Engine award game. It won an award. As you can tell, I won't be winning any awards anytime soon, but that says a lot about a game like this. So people loved it. They enjoyed it. It was maybe one of the first of its kind. This is really cool, but definitely a learning curve for you to get used to it. But just like anything, right? In Japan, PC Engine was very successful, and at one point was the top selling console in the nation.
目よ耳よここがニューワールドだエキサイティングホビーマシン PC エンジン NEC から発信
And it briefly outsold Super Famicom and eventually surpassed the Mega Drive. Can you believe it? However, it failed to break into the North American market and sold poorly due to a lack of support from third-party software developers and publishers. It was mainly criticized for its outdated controller, while Nintendo is always praised for putting design and ergonomics into their console to this day. You guys didn't think I would cover the TurboGrafx 16, did you? Well, you know, I leave no stone unturned. So hit me up with a like, cause you know I worked hard to get this week's content out for you guys. And I know I sound like a broken record, but guys, please subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. And I'll see you guys next week.